Before we get started, I want to say a huge thank you for being here with me and reading this. This is my first time reading this book, and it's a well-loved used copy. So let's go ahead and experience it together. John Steinbeck's Of Mice and Men together for the very first time. A few miles south of Soledad, the Salinas River drops in close to the hillside bank and runs deep and green. The water is warm too, for it has slipped twinkling over the yellow sands in the sunlight before reaching the narrow pool. On one side of the river, the golden foothill slopes curve up to the strong and rocky Gallipan Mountains, but on the valley side, the water is lined with trees, willows fresh and green with every spring carrying in their lower leaf junctures the debris of the winter's flooding, and sycamores with molted, white, recumbent limbs and branches that arch over the pool. On the sandy bank under the trees, the leaves lie deep and so crisp that a lizard makes a great skittering if you run among them. Rabbits come out of the brush to sit on the sand in the evening, and the damp flats are covered with the night's tracks of the coons, and with the spread pads of dogs from the ranches, and with the split wedge tracks of deer that comes to drink in the dark. There is a path through the willows and among the sycamores, a path beaten hard by boys coming down from the ranches to swim in the deep pool, and beaten hard by tramps who come wearily down from the highway in the evening to jungle up near water. In front of the low horizontal limb of a giant sycamore there is an ash pile made by many fires. The limb is worn smooth by men who have sat on it. Evening of a hot day started with little wind to moving among the leaves. The shade climbed up the hills toward the top. On the sandbanks the rabbits sat as quietly as little gray sculptured stones, and then from the direction of the state highway came the sound of footsteps on crisp sycamore leaves. The rabbits hurriedly, noisily for cover. A stilted heron labored up into the air and pounded down the river. For a moment the place was lifeless, and then two men emerged from the path and came into the opening by the green pool. They had walked in single file down the path, and even an open one stayed behind the other. Both were dressed in denim trousers and in denim coats with brass buttons. Both wore black, shapeless hats, and both carried tight blanket rolls slung over their shoulders. The first man was a small and quick, dark of face, with restless eyes and sharp, strong features. Everything part of him was defined. Small, strong hands, slender arms, a thin and bony nose. Behind him walked his opposite, a huge man, shapeless of face, with large pale eyes, with wide, sloping shoulders, and he walked heavily, dragging his feet a little, the way a bear drags his paws. His arms did not swing at his sides, but hung loosely. Well, that does it for now, and great reading, everyone. Thanks for joining me today. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.